Day 124, 365. And you see, you really can't eat ribs when you have a beard and mustache like I do. It just doesn't work out. It's kind of like I got a little stain going on here, but it's okay. Anyway, 124 of 365. We're about a third of the way there almost. I think that's pretty close, right? Or a little over a third of the way. I had an okay, I say it was an okay day. I, I I met with a couple people today. Well, I had conversations with a couple people today. How about that? I met with one and then kind of got in the middle of a conversation with the other. And conversations were kind of strange because they were really discussions about a particular person. One person was defending them and took one position. The other person was really not defending or condemning, but they just kind of took a neutral position, but kind of made light of that the information that was provided to them kind of held that person in a more negative light. And I was quite adamant. I mean, look, it's nothing new. And if you don't realize that I think things through pretty good, and when I get a position on something or I secure a position in my brain on something, I will defend it pretty harshly. I mean, I'll just enthusiastically, if you want to call it enthusiastically, but I kind of dig in sometimes because it's just me. I want you to push me off my spot. Figure out how to do that if you can. If you can't, I'm going to batter you pretty badly. But it got me to thinking, and I kind of slipped into a little bit of a funk as the day wore on, because I kept thinking about a conversation, something I spoke about a couple days ago about grace. Because I kept thinking, here's one person saying this person's all good. And here's another person that's telling me the information that was presented to them was all bad. So what's the truth? So I'm thinking somewhere in the middle probably lies the truth, just like always. Somewhere in the middle lies the truth with just about everything. But in the end, if I would go and talk to you about all the bad things or all the things questionable things that you've done in your life, and that's the only thing that I would talk about, people would say, well, I guess they're bad. On the flip side, if I would come to you and say and talk about all the good things about you, all the positive things, all the bright shining stars in your life, then they would go, well, that must be a good person. But is that reality? I mean, we're made up of good and bad experiences, good choices and bad choices, right and wrong. That's just how we're made up. And the older we get, the more mature we get, as time rolls on, we hope to balance out those, and you're kind of more riding that center line. But then I had this kind of thought about, then I kept thinking about, well, what about kids? What about kids? If you point out to kids all their bad points all the time, are they bad? If you point out all their good points, are they always really good? So I guess somewhere there has to be a healthy balance no matter what. Which brings me back to maybe just the balance. We'll have to be able to balance people's good and bad traits. We have to be able to judge people not just on a particular day or week or month or quarter of their life, but maybe based on their years of life. You know, at any given time, you can go and pick somebody up and reflect on a day in their life and go, man, that's pretty sad. But then you can, the very next day, they may have this rock star day, and you're like, man, they're fantastic. And we have to be more of the sum of our parts. We have to be, and not just the individual pieces. We have to be the total. And I think that's the thing we have to really concentrate on and focus on with everybody and everything we do. Judge me on my complete body of work, not just one day, not just one month. Don't think it's fair. Maybe we should think about that before we speak, or think about that before we take action. That's probably the most important thing, is to sum up the sum before we take action. Interesting. Food for thought. Let's hope I can sleep tonight, but it's food for thought. And I hope you had a great day today. I had a very interesting day. How about that? But Merry Christmas to everybody. I know I'm trying not to forget, but Merry Christmas. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening, and I hope tomorrow brings you much joy and happiness. So we'll see everybody again tomorrow. Bye-bye.